Hi guys, welcome back to Vlogmas day 13. We skipped day 12. I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Well, I want to do this video basically about ADHD, and I'm going to do my makeup because I realized I never really talked to you guys about my ADHD, or like how I got diagnosed with it, or like how I was as a child, or how having ADHD as an adult affects my life in general. This is Fenty Beauty Brow MVP, and this is in the color, I usually get soft black. This is deep black. Which is cool with me too. I feel like I've had ADHD pretty much my whole life. When I was a kid, I was a super good student. Like, I was honor roll, A's, super smart, super creative, and I was just a good student in school. Only thing was, I fell asleep a lot. I got bored a lot. I get bored really easily, and that's why all of my projects are always like ridiculous projects, because I just need to challenge myself because I get bored so easily. And then when I joined the military, y'all, that's when the ADHD popped out. Structure, me and structure just don't go along. Like, when you have ADHD, your mind moves all over the place. Like, it's almost like you have a bunch of tabs open in your mind. What is going on with this eyebrow? It's almost like you have a bunch of tabs open in your mind and you can't focus on one particular thing. And then your brain gets tired from you thinking about all of those different things, and then you take a nap. And that is ADHD in a nutshell. ADHD can really affect relationships because people that have ADHD can't listen. I don't listen, no way. So, I mean, I can try, but I'm really not good at it. I cut people off when I talk to them, which is really embarrassing. I hate that I do that. Another part of having ADHD is hyper focusing on things. So you can focus on things. Sometimes it's just not. Real quick, this is Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm gonna put this over all of my acne. Oh, this is the wrong color, child, girl, no ma'am. It looked light skin, didn't it? That is the wrong color. And this is Windex. This is ADHD. What the hell? Look at this. I just wiped Windex on my face. Wow. Okay. We love Windex on the face. This is the color Shape Tape I'm looking for. I'm gonna put this all over my scars just so it can like kind of dry. Not used to having acne scars, but they're here, so. But yeah, so basically another part of having ADHD is hyper focusing. This is NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. This is in the color Caramel. What was I talking about? Hyper focusing. So hyper focusing is basically like when you get into something and it turns into like a black hole. That's all you think about. You just focus on that. You literally can't hear, see, think anything else outside of what you're doing. I hyper focus a lot on things like, sometimes my face, like when I pick my face, I'll be hyper focused picking my face. I can't hear anything else other than what's going on. Sometimes I'll be so focused, like so hyper focused, that I won't even realize that the TV turned off, or that someone walked in the room, or things like that. Like really just not being there 100% when I am focused on something that I'm focused on. And work too, I hyper focus on my work a lot too. So basically once I joined the military, the ADHD just popped out. I was falling asleep every day. It was terrible. Like I never got paperwork for it though, but like I was not doing what I was supposed to do, and it was because I couldn't help it, and I just would fall asleep because the structure was goddamn so boring to me. Like I can't do the same thing every single day, which is why I'm not in the military anymore, because honestly it was just, I'm not that type of person. I don't thrive in environments like that. It was driving me crazy. Once I moved in with someone, that's when I realized that, okay, maybe I have a little bit of a problem. Living with people could really show you that you have something like wrong with you, you know, like that is not normal, because I couldn't put my shoes in the same spot to save my life. I always lost my keys. I left the water running sometimes. The cabinets, drawers will always be open. If I was in a room, you would be able to tell that I was in a room. It's like Hurricane JAELAH struck the room. And be honest with you, my room was always like that too. But growing up, my room was always an organized mess. So it was always messy, but I knew where everything was at. So it was like a functional type of thing. And that's kind of like how my brain has learned to function with my ADHD so well that even when I would fall asleep in class, I would still ace all my tests. Like, I still was smart. I still knew what I was doing. So I wasn't a bad student. I just was bored as hell. I guess because everything already made sense to me. Another part of having ADHD is like trying to finish people's sentences, already thinking that you already know what they're gonna say. I hate talking to long-winded people because you're just taking way too long to say what you have to say, and I am now thinking about something else. So now I gotta say and I gotta listen to what you have to say all over again because you done took 12 years to say one sentence. And realistically, it probably wasn't even 12 minutes. It was just you took too long for me. So I'm just gonna blend this concealer out just a little bit. So yes, once I started living with somebody, that's when I realized, like, dang, like maybe I should go get like evaluated for ADHD. And honestly, ADHD does affect a lot of things. If you get anxious a lot, it makes usually people that have ADHD have issues with anxiety also. I realized that my anxiety specifically, like my anxiety equates to irritability. So if I'm anxious about something, now I'm irritable because I'm anxious and I don't know what's gonna happen and I'm just not in a good mood. So that is also something that I had to learn the super hard way. And it's hard to have a partner that has ADHD too, because especially when they don't know that they have it, because it's like, what's wrong with you? You know, like, why are you always upset, you know, type thing. But really, it's just that it's so much stuff going on in your mind and you just can't focus. Like, I know that when I was in a relationship, it would just irritate me because I would have so many things on my mind, so many things on my to-do list, and just seeing like my partner just sitting on the couch or some shit, I'd be like, what are you doing? Get up. Like, we have so much, like, don't you know, like, able to chill. We have so much stuff to do, you know. But that's when I realized that my anxiety translated into irritability. I would just get so irritable. So the only way to like help with that was I had to tell my partner, hi, I have a lot of things to do. This is my to-do list, you know, things like that when I was in a relationship. But yeah, like ADHD can affect a lot of stuff, your mood, everything. So I was going to therapy for like trauma and things like that. And I was telling my therapist, because that girl was a goddamn nut, like for real. She was just all over the place. She reminded me of myself. I was like, dang, like this lady, like she got ADHD or something. And so I looked it up and I was like, holy shit, I got ADHD. And so once I went and told her like, hi, like I think I might need to be evaluated for ADHD, she was like, oh, you're absolutely right, you definitely have it. And then after that, I started Strattera, which is like an ADHD medication. It didn't really do much for me. Like, it wasn't doing anything for me at all. So then I went back to the doctor and I was like, hi, the Strattera is not working. And then that's when I got prescribed Adderall. I've been taking Adderall for since 2016, for real. It's crazy because that diagnosis, that medicine, like literally changed my life. Like my whole life, I'm just like, bro, I can't focus on nothing. Everything is just boring to me. I only want to do things that I'm interested in, which is okay to be like that, but like it's not practical in the real world, you know? So once I did discover, sorry y'all, that was just NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, also underneath my eyes. Now I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty Matchstick and Espresso and just contour. My beauty blender is kind of dry, which sucks for me, but I don't feel like getting up to go do it, to go fix it, to go wet it. So yeah, Adderall basically like changed my life. I had to play with my dosage a couple of times just to, you know, get it to where I needed to get it to. But once I got my dosage correct, a lot of people that are in college take the instant release ones because it's like, all right, I gotta do this paper right quick and I just need to focus. I have the instant release and I also have the extended release, because the extended release is really for people that have like ADHD and things like that, because it just kind of tapered, like the medicine, you know, it releases in intervals because you need it all day. I take the instant release because it just helps me like get out of bed in the morning and start my day. I like to start my day with a lot of energy just so I can keep the momentum up. Basically, having ADHD as an adult kind of sucks, like not even gonna lie. Like, I try not to let it handicap me too much, but I feel the effects of having ADHD even with Adderall every day. Because one time, this is Laura Mercier's translucent setting powder. One time I drove to the gas station with my phone on top of the car. Like, who does things like that, you know? So having ADHD definitely be kicking my ass, but like I'm not ashamed of it, but I definitely do something every day, every single day, multiple times a day. All right, so this is Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in mahogany, and I'm going to just put this right here on my nose, set that contour. Being impulsive is also a part of having ADHD, but I'm also a Pisces too, so like Pisces are just impulsive people in general. But like I will definitely just go buy a car just because I just feel like buying a car. I will build something because I just feel like building it. I will make something just because I feel like making it. I have these crazy ass ideas and I'll just do it. That's how my I ain't shit tattoo got here. I just was like, you know what? I just feel like doing this, so I'm just about to do it. And I mean, it's cool sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, most of the time, when like, I don't know, but I'm really not like a, oh, I'll do it tomorrow person, or yeah, like, no, I'm just not one of those people. But I'm starting to notice like instantly when I have friends that I can kind of tell when I'm talking to someone and they have it, just based off of how our conversation just jump all over the place. I can kind of like tell, and I have like sent 2 of my friends to the psychiatrist so they can get Adderall, because I'm like, listen, life does not have to be this hard. You just have ADHD. It's not hard. Like it's hard, but it ain't gotta be this hard. You know, like I totally feel, I know exactly what you're saying. You can't focus, it's not enough hours in a day, you overwhelmed. Like I get all of that. Like it doesn't have to be like this. Let's go to the doctor. You're gonna go to the psychiatrist, and we're gonna get your prescription, get evaluated, and everything's gonna be okay. And that actually happened with 2 of my friends and 1 of their kids. So like I feel like if I would have caught my ADHD a long time ago, girl, I'd probably be a doctor by now, no bullshit. But like I'm glad that I caught it now, because if I was still undiagnosed at this age, girl, I don't know where I would be at, okay? I don't know where I would be at, but knowing what you have just kind of gives you like, this is MAC's Studio Fix, and this is an NC50. This is still like one of the best pressed powders to me, to be honest with you. Like MAC, y'all really did the damn thing and things. But yeah, like having ADHD, I mean, it like sucks, but like at the same time, it's kind of lit, because you know what I'm saying, like it's never really boring over here. I'm just always up to something, always doing something, always saying something, always thinking about something. I talk about my Adderall a lot, but that's just because it's just a part of who I am, and that's just honestly, it affects my life a lot, because Adderall is like a really not mild drug. Like when you take it, you know you took it. Like it's like one of those drugs that it's just like, god damn it, like sometimes it's a lot to take it. But it's crazy how like when I take my Adderall, I literally feel like my best self. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is how I am supposed to feel, this is how I'm supposed to think. I have all these ideas, but like I don't have any motivation, or I don't know how to execute them. And when I take my Adderall, it just kind of like, it just puts everything in order for me, and I don't even have to do it. Like I don't even have to think hard about it or anything. It just happens. So I definitely appreciate and I love my Adderall. It took me a little while to, like, I've never been ashamed of taking drugs. Like I've never been one of those like, okay, I'm just don't want to need drugs type thing. Like I mean, I would let certain things get to me. Like if I didn't need it, that would be great, but I need it. So like I can't be mad at myself for needing something that is probably really not my fault. You know, like I can't help that my brain is wired this way. So why would I punish myself even more by not taking my medication? You know, like there's just things that just people just have, and the ADHD is just one of them that, you know, that's just something that I have to deal with. God damn it, I got highlighter in my eyebrow. One thing though that I'll never do is leave my kid in the car. I don't give a damn if my middle name was ADHD. I'm not doing that. No, ma'am. I don't know where they do that at, but we don't do that over here. But sometimes I've done things like accidentally leave the stove on. I'll forget that the shower's running. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I forget here and there, but I make a lot of lists. To-do lists help me out a bunch. I am 25 years old with ADHD, a whole ass adult out here that can't adult. And another thing about me is that I don't know if this is because I have ADHD, but I can't watch real TV. Like I only watch cartoons. I will watch Power, yeah, I'll watch that, but like all day today I've been watching Scooby-Doo, because that's just what I like to watch. I like to watch Rick and Morty, I like to watch Family Guy, I like to watch just, you know, like cartoons. I like cartoons. This highlighter is from Artist Couture. It is called Conceited. I'm gonna put on a little bit of blush because I've been feeling that lately. Okay, girls, I've been feeling the brush lately, and the cream blush from Fenty Beauty is the bomb. I put it on with this little hair brush like this, and then I just, you know what I'm saying, hit the and it just soften my face up a little bit, I feel like. And then I put blush on my nose too because, you know, yeah. Let me go get my lip gloss. So yeah, it's crazy how like I'm just all over the place, and I don't know. I don't know if that is my ADHD's fault. I don't want to give too much credit to my ADHD because I just have a crazy personality in general. I've always been like unpredictable, super spontaneous. That's just me. That's just my personality. But my ADHD is definitely one of those things that make people look at me and go like, is she all the way there? You know, like that's one of those things. So for my lips, I'm gonna use MAC's lip liner in Chestnut. And honestly, ADHD runs in the family. So JoJo has been diagnosed with ADHD, and also my mom too. My aunt, I feel like she got diagnosed with ADD. I don't really know a whole lot about ADD to be speaking on it, but I just know that like a lot of this stuff could be hereditary. So like if you have it, your sisters could have it, your baby could have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think my baby could possibly have it. I need a little bit more highlighter on my cheeks. Maybe some mascara on the bottom lashes too. Okay. So I want to end this video off with, if you think that you do have ADHD, there is no purpose of you suffering and trying to rewire your brain and do things that your brain is just wired against you to do. You can't think straight. You can't do shit straight. Seem like you can't do shit right. Then you should probably get evaluated for ADHD. It's up to you if you decide you want to take medication or not. But for me, just knowing helps me so I can just know how to cope better. We do have to do things just a little bit differently. If you do have ADHD, it's not like a bad thing or anything. Like it's honestly, it's just something, it just makes you a super entertaining person to be around and to watch, because like even I entertain myself. Like I really just wipe my face with Windex. Like, how did you forget that was, you just clean your mirror with that? Like, how did you forget that, JAELAH? My ADHD is a part of me. I love it. It's just, it's here. Like, it's just here. It's a part of me. I can't do anything about it. I'm not ashamed of it, you know? It just is what it is. Also, I want to say another part of ADHD is because I never really addressed this, but I feel like you guys pick up on it. Sometimes I trip over my words. I'll say a word and I won't even finish the word. Like my mind will be going so fast that like I'll trip over, like I won't say a part of a sentence and I'll say the ending of it, or I won't fully pronounce a word, or like I don't know, like I'll talk and it won't make sense sometimes, but that's just only because my mind is just moving so fast that like I just got to get it out, and the way it come out is the way it come out. So I know sometimes I'll be like, dang JAELAH, like that's not how you say that, or like, and when I take my Adderall it makes me stutter. So I stutter, and then I mix that with like me really talking fast and like, you know, skipping words and stuff. Girl, it look like something, it probably be sounding like something is wrong with me for real, but I'm okay. Just a little bit of ADHD. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope it helped y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.